Hey guys, I'm Emily, and welcome to our series about the purposes of the church. We're so glad that you're here joining us this week. In this series, we're learning about why the church exists and what God designed it to do. But before we do that, we're going to start off by singing a song about the Great Commandment and the Great Commission. Let's check it out.
Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. A second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. The entire law is based on these commandments. Of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands that I have made. Be sure of this, I am with you always.
That was a great song. Jesus told us these things to teach us what the church was meant to do. Now it's time to hear a story from the Bible. Our Bible story this week is going to show us an example of what the early church was designed to do. The church was designed to be a place where people can worship, belong, grow, serve, and share. So let's take a look at our Bible story this week and check it out.
Stories of the Bible. Jesus calls Peter. This is Jesus,
Heyo!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. Jesus grew up in Nazareth
Here, Jesus.
and was baptized by John in the Jordan River. Jesus began teaching about God's love and healing people of their sickness. One day, John saw Jesus walking by and told the people around him that Jesus was the Lamb of God. One of the people standing with him was Andrew, whose brother was Simon, who would later be known as Peter. Andrew went to find his brother and said, "We have found the Christ."
Whoa! Really? Come on!
Simon went with Andrew and met Jesus.
Uh-huh. I'm Simon.
Jesus looked at Simon and said, "Your name is Simon, son of John,
Yes, it is.
but you will be called Peter."
Okay.
On another day, Jesus was walking along the shore of the Sea of Galilee, and lots of people crowded around him to hear what he had to say.
Oh, hello. Well, okay.
Jesus noticed 2 empty boats, for Andrew and Peter had left them and were washing their nets. Jesus stepped into one of the boats
Hey, Peter.
and asked Peter to take him out into the sea.
Aye, aye.
So he sat in the boat and taught the crowds from there. When he had finished speaking, he said to Peter, "Now go out where it is deeper and let down your nets to catch some fish." But Peter said, "We worked hard all last night and didn't catch a thing. But if you say so, I'll let the nets down again." And this time their nets were so full of fish, they began to tear.
Whoa!
They called to some other fishermen for help,
Hey, help!
and soon both boats were filled with fish. When Peter realized what happened, he fell to his knees before Jesus and said, "Oh Lord, please leave me. I'm such a sinful man." Jesus replied to Peter, "Don't be afraid. Come, follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people."
Really? Really?
And as soon as they landed, they left their nets and followed Jesus. So Simon Peter became one of Jesus' 12 disciples and followed his friend Jesus throughout his time on earth.
That was an incredible Bible story. Now it's time to hear from Pastor Steve. Wait, this just in. We have a breaking news story developing. I'm being told that it's time for the news you need with News Guy Steve. Now let's check out this video and hear what Pastor Steve has to say about the purpose of the church.
In a world where the news never stops, one man rises above them all to bring you news like you've never heard before.
You have a magnificent set of hair. Hello, everyone. I'm News Guy Steve, and this is the news you need.
The news you need with News Guy Steve.
This just in, children all over the world are getting stuck in what medical officials are calling a fidget spinner loop. That looks so boring. It can't possibly be that difficult to stop. I will prove it to you. Someone in the studio, please give me a spinner, and I will show these people that it can, in fact, be stopped. Someone, a spinner, please. Thank you. I will show you how to stop it.
It's so beautiful. I can't stop. It just spins and spins and spins and spins.
Wow, that is one good cup of Joe. What? Huh? Yep. We have a story developing. Our very own Jackson Porter is in the field with Shane Hadidi, Shun Handai, Sean Hyde. Our very own Jackson Porter is in the field with Sean Hyde to talk about what it means to belong. Over to you, JP.
Well, thank you, News Guy Steve. This is, in fact, Jackson Porter, news reporter.
Jackson, we have no picture. I repeat, we have no picture.
Tinfoil on that, good buddy. All right, commencing echolocation. Ticka, 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 boop, 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 boop.
Guys, lens cap is on.
You know what, Steve? I think he's right. He just moved something out the way of the lens, and it looks like we got a visual connection. So you know what? Crisis averted. All right, I'm standing here in front of the Saddleback Kids building in Lake Forest, California, with subject expert matter, Sean Prius Hyde, and he's going to tell us about what it means to belong in church. So first of all, now, son, I know this is tough for you. I know it's tough, but can you tell us about what you do here?
Why would that be difficult for me to explain who I am?
You know what? You know what's difficult for me is bowling. Has to do with the way you scoot up to the line. My boots don't quite scoot right. It's hard for me to throw the ball. But anyway, go on.
Okay, I serve on the weekend at Saddleback Kids.
I see. Now, I like that you serve, okay? Now, you say you serve on the weekend. Does that mean the end of the week? Is that what that means? Just to give them a little definition?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Now, Sean, could you tell us about what it means to belong in church? Could you tell us that?
Well, yeah, sure, Jackson. So God has basically wired us for connection. It's kind of like he's made us to be a part of something much bigger than we are.
Much bigger than we are. I like that. Plus, you know what's bigger than a person is a Texas bull, or maybe even two of them.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, so this connection that we're wired for. He made us to want to belong to something. Now, the key is choosing what we belong to, and since we belong to God, then that should drive all the decisions that we make.
Wow, that is powerful stuff right there. Hope you all got it, because we're not going to say it again, okay? Now, Sean, can you tell me, what could a kid expect the first time they come here to a Lake Forest Kids service? What can they expect?
Well, it's pretty easy, really, and it's a lot of fun. So they can expect music, games, and most importantly, discussions that are going to lead them to God.
Kind of like we're conversating right now. I like that. So thank you, Sean Prius Hyde, for giving us all that wonderful information, that informative session today. And we're going to go ahead and close out. You know what? I already feel like myself like I belong. Can we bring it in for a little Dallas Cowboy hug here? Can we do it? No? Okay, that's all right. You know what? I'll stand right here. Steve, we're going to throw it back to you. Back to you, buddy. I'll stay over here.
The news you need with News Guy Steve.
Well, thank you, JP. And now we're going to go to our application correspondent, here to share his thoughts. Take it away, Pastor Steve. Thank you, News Guy Steve. Where did you get that suit? Well, here are my thoughts. You know, we saw in a Bible story that Jesus was building a team, and he specifically asked this guy, Peter, who was a fisherman, just an ordinary fisherman. He asked this guy to come and to join his team and to be his disciple. You see, Jesus wanted Peter on his team because he knew that Peter could do great things for his kingdom. Well, Peter responded by saying, yeah, I'll be a part of your team. And now Peter belonged to Jesus' team. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about belonging. You know, if you've ever been part of a club or a team, you know what it means to belong. But have you ever gone somewhere, whether it's to a party, to a friend's house or something else, and you walked in and no one said anything to you, no one knew you, and you kind of felt like you didn't belong? Well, that's not a cool feeling, because we all want to belong, right? Well, you know what? This name tag, all right, you guys have seen these. This is my Saddleback Kids name tag, and this name tag says that I belong to a team. So there's a whole bunch of us that have these tags, and we all belong to the same team. And did you know that Jesus, just like he asked Peter to be a part of his team, do you know he wants you to be a part of his team? And that's what it means to belong. When you give your life to Christ and you surrender your life to him and say, yeah, Jesus, I want to be on your team. I want you to be the Lord of my life. Now you belong to Jesus' family. And not only do you belong to Jesus' family, but you belong to a much bigger family that we call the church. So, in case you haven't given your heart to Christ, I want you to know that today you're going to have an opportunity to do that. And if you pray that prayer and you ask Jesus to be the Lord of your life, you will belong. Just like Peter, he belonged to Jesus' team. And today you can belong to Jesus' team and belong to a great big family called the family of God. Those are my thoughts. Back to you, News Guy Steve. Thank you, Pastor Steve. That was a great thought. Well, that's all we have for you today. I hope you remember that it's important to belong. Hope to see you right back here next time. This is the news you need with News Guy Steve. Remember, the news never stops, and I've got earwax.
We're so glad that you joined us in learning about the purposes of the church. Remember that God created the church to be a place where we can worship, belong, grow, serve, and share. This next week, as you go out, try and find a way that you can help the church live out its purpose. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.